Welcome back everyone, I'm Kate Plays Games, this is EVE Online, and welcome back to our 30-day Let's Play of our brand new free-to-play alpha clone character on EVE Online. This is day 8 of our 30-day Let's Play. Over the last few days, between last week and this week, I did manage to log on each day and A, pick up the login rewards, and B, complete the 2 daily goals. So let's see what we got then. This is the first day, we just got a ship skin, and we also got 10,000 skill points from the daily login reward, so that was nice. These were the tasks we were assigned that day. After having sold our venture to buy our first cruiser, I then bought another venture so we could go mining, and indeed I mined 2,000 units of ore and destroyed 25 non-capsuleers. To destroy the 25 non-capsuleers, I was just grabbing level 1 security missions and running them in the destroyer just to get them done every day, just to pick up our daily bonus of 10,000 skill points a day. This is the day after that, just a booster, and we got a cerebral accelerator. Now these things are really quite interesting. What these do, as we see, these increase all of your attributes by 3, and obviously that means faster skill training. And the booster duration is 2 days. Now this booster duration can be extended with the biology skill. The biology skill increases the duration of combat boosters, but it also works in these cerebral accelerators. If you can get that to rank 5, then it doubles the length of them, so that means more skill points overall. So that came in handy. That only lasted a couple of days. That was that day's tasks, and again I did the 2,000 units of ore and destroyed 25 non-capsuleers. Next day, 10,000 skill points, nice, and 20,000 ISK, meh. And that day, we managed to get to destroy 25 non-capsuleers and 1 manufacturing item. Day after that, just another booster, and we got a frigate class ship, which was a rifter. So we now have a rifter for doing any 1 out of 10 sites we find, so that's quite nice. Got that for free. That was that day's tasks. Again, I just did manufacture an item and destroyed 25 capsuleers, then a ship skin and another ship skin, so that day was a waste. Then we did scan 5 signatures, scan 2 relic sites. Now this is easy at the moment because of this event which is ongoing. As we know, this event has spawned a lot of relic sites. So not only does it make it easier to scan 2 relic sites, it also means there's more sites to be scanned overall. So that was very, very easy. And speaking of login rewards, we should get today's. We have some kind of run thing. If we were a mega, we would have been given 100,000 skill points, but not to be because we're only alpha. But we did get 25,000 from this one, so you know, that's good. Tomorrow's one's is the destroyer skill book, not that we need it, so let's just redeem all this. This is just useless, it's not worth anything. And we have unallocated skill points. Yes, we do. We have 95,000 unallocated skill points because I have not allocated any of the skills which we have been ranking up all week. Literally just logged in, got the skills, and then logged back out. What are today's 2 daily tasks? Scan 5 signatures, scan 2 wormholes, destroy 25 non-capsuleers. I'm not going to do these now, we'll do these later. Now for the unallocated skill points, I am not just going to apply them to the entire queue, because I have, as you see, thrown on pretty much every skill we have available to us, hence all the blue squares you're seeing everywhere. I just threw them all on. This automatic training queue will cease working when we hit 5 million skill points. We can, of course, then keep using unallocated skill points to manually increase our skills by right-clicking and applying skill points. And that's what I'm going to do at the moment. I'm going to right-click and apply skill points to things I want. What I really want is advanced weapon upgrades and weapon upgrades 4. So let's find that. I believe it's in engineering. I'm going to have to pause the skill queue to do this. Weapon upgrades. Let's apply skill points. And it's automatically populated. So it's going to take 74,510 to take us up to the next rank, which is what we need, which is weapon upgrades 4. So that's been done. Training completed. And that now means we can do advanced weapon upgrades. So let's do that. We need 1,500 for rank 1.
Skill training completed.
And 6,986 for rank 2. So we'll take some of that. That's good.
Training completed.
Then I think we should do biology, just in case we find any more cerebral accelerators. That is found under neural enhancement, so we'll just apply skill points to this. 250 skill points needed for rank 1. Then each rank increases the duration of any boosters by 20%, so that's 20%, this will be 40%. And let's do the next one as well. 60%, nice.
Training completed.
And we have this acceleration control, which is 5% bonus to afterburner and micro warp drive speed boost per level. I think we'll just go and do that. So that's under navigation. Right click, apply skill points. We only need 1,000 to get the first rank, so we'll do that. Thank you.
Skill training complete.
What else have we got that's really short? What's this? Repair systems 2. Okay, I think we'll do repair systems 2. Just right click and apply the skill points. There we go.
Skill training completed.
What else is short? Acceleration control 2. Okay, we'll do that. Navigation, acceleration control. Right click, apply skill points. And that is all of our skill points applied. So that's saved us quite a few days, and we've skilled up quite a few more skills. Then speaking of skills, if we have a look, these are all the ones we've just done by applying skill points, and all these ones here, between the last time we applied skill points and today, these are all the skills which just passively trained for us overnight during the last week. So we did manage to get projectile weapon rigging, which reduced the fallback on our rig. If you recall, on our fit, we were hoping to fit a projectile weapon rig here, and if we see, we would indeed be able to do that, so that's really quite good. I would quite like to get a medium projectile metastatus adjuster, which will increase our tracking by another 15%, make us even more accurate, so that would be really nice. Put that on the shopping list. Medium projectile metastatus adjuster 1. Good, because advanced weapon upgrades reduce the CPU need of our weapons, and advanced weapon upgrades reduce the power grid need of our weapons, so that then combined with the rigging skill, which reduces the drawback of this down to 8%, means we do indeed have enough power to fit this rig now, which is nice. Only just, but you know, only just is good enough, so we'll buy that. The Rifter, I have made a theory crafted fit for it, if I can find it. Here it is, very much similar to the Thrasher. Artillery, afterburner, tracking computer, small cap battery, enduring armor repairer, a little armor resistance increase, and 2 gyro stabilizers. The DPS is terrible, it's only 85, but it does hit all the way out to 21. And it's only going to be running 1 out of 10 sites, even if we find any. And it's only costing 1.9 million for the entire ship. And the ship itself is worth about $500,000, so only $1 million-ish to fit that out. So we'll go and do that at some point in the future. And during the week, we also got a whole load of Air Career Program stuff for running missions and scanning and mining and all that. So we'll just claim all these. We're still nowhere near getting the 100,000 skill points. We need 3,000 career points for that. We've only got just 1,700, so I don't think we're ever going to get that during these 30 days. But it's more stuff to redeem, so let's redeem all this. Open a container, open that. And we have a Thrasher blueprint. How many runs remaining? 2. We'll keep it. No, we won't. We'll just trash it. Just throw it away. Don't need that. Highlight the skill books. Just inject them all. Okay, more skills to be trained. We have a small hyperspatial velocity. That's warp speed rig. Interesting. We do have a compact afterburner, so we can put that on the Rifter. That saved us about, what, 10,000, something like that. So the gameplay plans for today are to do our usual tour of Ajah, which hopefully will get all the scanning and destruction of capsuleers done. And also, if you see here, under Agents of Interest, we did so many level 1 missions during the week that we have triggered the 16 mission threshold for being given a special mission. And this particular special mission can be found in Opportunities. We'll just go to Agent Missions. This is it. He wants us to take 50 cubic meters of cargo from this station in Pinebecca to a different station in Pinebecca. And he's going to give us an implant and some ISK for it, and this will increase our reputation with the Amara Empire, which is good, because if you look in the character sheet under interactions and standings and look under factions, it turns out the Amara Empire were actually negative with them. So yeah, it would be nice to actually increase these, considering we're living in Amara. So the first thing we're going to do is go and speak to this guy. We'll do it in the Wreath because it's our fastest ship, and we'll just go and do this mission.
Warp drive active.
Apparently, we don't have enough power grid to turn on this shield anymore. Why is that? Probably because we have run out of expert systems and various boosters, so something which is letting us fit this ship like this is now preventing us from fitting it like this. That's not a problem. What we'll do, we'll just replace one of these with a medium. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, we put a medium on there. That won't be an issue. 18,000 hit points is still enough. Right, so that's something else to add to the shopping list. Drag up the shopping list. One of these. Done. And done.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, let's speak to this guy. He wants us to pick it up from here and take it to there. So let's accept. There we are. Got the stuff. This will take about 5 seconds, which is nice. And dock.
Warp drive active.
And we'll add a waypoint back to this station. I've been very lucky. Because it's only a level 1 storyline, we're literally moving some cargo from one station in a system to another station a few thousand kilometers away. At higher levels you'll be going like
Docking
5 or 6
permission
jumps
requested.
away.
Docking request accepted.
This is nice and quick. There we are, double click, complete mission, and we're going to have to go back to that station to pick up a new implant, and we'll inject it straight into our brain to speed up our training by a little tiny amount.
Warp drive
And
active.
then I shall take our cruiser back out and see how much money we can make today. Here we are, here's our implant. It's only going to be a +1 I believe. Yep, +1, so we'll just plug it in because we have room. There we are. I believe that's 2 implants we have now. If you go to character, augmentations, yep, 2, just adding 1 to our perception and 1 to our memory, speeding up training by a very, very small amount. Because as I said before, we are an alpha clone, so we are training at half speed. So adding +1 is like adding nothing. It's just bleh.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
There is one skill book I may purchase, that being armor rigging, which will reduce the drawbacks for armor rigs, because as we know we have an armor rig in our anomaly fit, which is increasing the amount of power grid needed by this armor repairer. Not that it's a huge problem, but I may go and buy the skill book anyway, just for sake of completion. So I'll add that to the shopping list. There we go. Right, let's undock, go to Aja, and I shall bring you back if and when I find anything really cool. Alright, I have finished my tour of Aja. We didn't find very much, but as you can see, we are currently en route in warp to a drone 3 out of 10 site, which is interesting. First one we found. So let's have a look what this thing is like. There is another pilot in here in an assault frigate, so he might be running this site, but there is another combat site here called a Sansha Vigil. We are nowhere near powerful enough to take on a Sansha Vigil. That's why I had it ignored. Vigils are full of things like battle cruisers and elite cruisers with Tech 2 resistances and insane health regens. We will not be doing that. We will though be tackling this drone 3 out of 10. I did find 2 drone 2 out of 10, so I'll be taking the Thrasher back out. We found a few hideaways and refuges, not very many. Got no commanders and no escalations. You know, RNG is random. The clue is in the name. Room 1, 3 tiny little drones. Done.
Warp drive
On to room 2. Room 2 is quite a lot of drones, but they're all spread out into small groups. There's a couple of canisters in here we can loot. There are 3 rooms in this particular complex. Here we are. What we want to do is to go down for this rogue drone container. Again, not very many people run this site, because it does take quite a while, because everything's kind of spread out all over the place. And the loot drops have historically been, well, terrible. But that has changed in recent times. It won't let us open this container until the rogue drones guarding it have been destroyed. So let's just destroy this last guy, and then we should be able to get into the rogue drone container. You don't have to kill everything in the room, just the ones that are next to the can. In this can is one lustering ally. That's annoying. Okay, now we're going to have to go up to the other can. Let's just go directly up and kill all these drones. Strip my drones out. We have dropped down to only being able to use 3 drones, because again our expert systems have all run out, so we're down to just our own natural skills, which means we can only use 3 drones. But these particular NPC drones are very, very easy to kill. even though they're like killing my little drones. So let's bring my little droneses back. There they go. We'll just kill these little drones and then start heading this way. Yeah, I'm missing because I'm moving really fast and they're very small targets. There we go. Now we've slowed down a bit, we're able to hit them. To understand how that works, feel free to look at the turret mechanics guide I made quite some time ago. What we will do, we'll just put one round into everything just to aggress the groups, just to get them moving towards us. There we go. Just to wake them up so they're on approach to us. That means I can put the drones back out, the drones can go and kill them. And then we want to get into this black drone container. It's called a black drone container even though it's red. Go figure. Okay, let's just bring the ship to a halt because we're moving slightly too fast. Again, after we've killed this other splinter EV that was next to the black drone container, we should be able to open the black drone container. So let's have a look. I believe this is what has the Overseer's personal effect. I think it's a 5th tier in this one. Hey, look at me and my big memory. There we are, 5th tier. Not worth very much. 180,000. But you know, every little helps. Let's just get back down to the gate. Have a go at this drone frigate as we zip past it. Yeah, I managed to track it alright. That's not too bad. And then stop. And overshot it. I really do want to get the range and or the tracking on this ship up. I'm probably going to do the tracking rig because being accurate is much more important. Right, let's bring the drones back and get into the final room. Again, the final room's going to have a few containers full of stuff. Some blurb. I believe we're going to get a 6th tier Overseer's effect and possibly something else. And I believe the scratch cask and rogue drone containers, I believe they're the ones that drop the good stuff. These mineral containers do indeed contain minerals. The clue is in the name. I'll just put one gun onto each of these little drones because they don't take very much to kill. There we are, 400 Mexilon on that one, 400 Pyrite in this one, 1000 Titanium in that one, and another 1000 Titanium. Nice. Nice little bonus from this site. I don't want to put my drones out until I've aggressed all these drones down here, so let's just do that. Again, I haven't even put on my armor repairer because we're just nowhere near armor damage yet. We'll just approach the cask. Good, it looks like they've all aggressed. That's good. Spit them out. And here we go. And another cosmic signature has arrived. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Can we open this box yet? No, there's still too many living enemies. Oh, I can take care of that in short order. That is the good thing about exploration. Things constantly respawn. Like new sites will just constantly arrive. Could you actually keep this drone at range, please? Thank you. Gonna have to give himself a little bit of micro warp drive just to pull range on these guys. They're a little bit too fast for my liking. That's more like it. There we are. Nice. Right, let's get back to the stretched cask. Right, that's all the bad guys dead. Let's just scan this site quickly as we approach the scratched cask. Do it quickly because this is a scanned down public site. Someone else could come in here and just grab our loot from this can. And they wouldn't even go suspect because it's a public can. In the scratched cask is 7th tier. Ooh, very nice. So we'll have that. That's 680,000. We'll have a look in this rogue drone container, which is not very far away. And inside this is 800 more pyrite. Again, that's kind of why no one runs these sites, because the loot drops are historically pretty bad.
Warp drive active.
But for us, it wasn't too bad. That 780 plus all this, just under 1 million. I mean, for a 3 out of 10, that's pretty appalling, to be honest. But that is why no one runs these sites. There are a small chance of you finding like faction drone gear, but it's a vanishingly small chance. But it's worth quite a lot. Anyway, I shall retrace my steps, go and get the Thrasher, and we shall run these 2 drone 2 out of 10s. And during all this travel, we've been scanning lots of combat sites and doing lots of other stuff, so we've got more stuff to claim, so we'll just claim that. Now that is a normal relic site, that's not an event relic site. But we don't have a relic analyzer, so we will not be doing that. And 2 more sites have spawned in. Let's see what these are. I barely saw anyone in local chat during my entire tour of the Ajah constellation, so I never had to race anyone. But that also leads me to believe that people have been through and cleared out the whole constellation a while ago, and they're just biding their time until it's ready to be farmed once again. But I found enough sites to keep me going. They said there are an awful lot of drone collections and clusters and gatherings and assemblies and quite a few Sansha Burrows to do, so I'll do all these in this ship, because why not? There's always a 5% chance for a commander to spawn, and commanders can drop very nice things. Anyway, I shall bring you back once something cool and interesting appears. Right, I ran these 2 out of 10 drone sites, and we didn't get anything good at all. So now I'm going back all the way through Ajah, and we're going to do all the burrows and collections and other drone sites like the clusters and the assemblies and any more hideaways and refuges that have spawned since we came here. So this is the first of the 3 drone collections in this system. As you see, they're very much like the Sansha hideaways, but with drones instead of Sansha. None of the drones will drop any loot apart from the sentient drone, which is the commander, if they spawn. Again, there's only a 5% chance of that happening. I do not believe the drone collection is the drone site which gives us a 3 out of 10 escalation. I believe that's the assembly. I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. The 2 out of 10 drone sites only dropped the 5th tier's Overseer's personal effect and 1 little drone alloy each. If we get lots of these drone alloys, then we'll keep them and we'll just melt them down for the minerals. They're not worth selling, really. And 1 more drone in this wave. And no sentient. If we get a sentient, I will of course bring you back and show you. We had just run into our very first sentient drone. I did actually forget to record it, but there you go. He didn't drop anything very good, just 18 units of drone capillary fluid worth 22.4 thousand each, so altogether 403,000. Not the worst loot, by far not the best. Some of the drone stuff you can find is worth a lot of money. So yeah, that was our first sentient drone, so that was interesting. And now we get to have a look at how annoying burrows are to run. Here we are, this is what they look like. They're fairly large sites, as I said. And everything's like 1 million miles away, so let's get down there. This is again why we fitted a micro warp drive to this fit. Believe that some of the enemies will spawn here, some of them will spawn all the way over here, and more will spawn all the way over there. So it is a really annoying site, because the spawns are a long way away from each other. And the fact that they don't spawn any escalations is also extremely annoying. There we are, they're 25 kilometers away, so because our autocannon fit, we're going to have to go and chase them down, which is irritating. We could of course try and run anomalies with the artillery fit, but then it's not very accurate, so it would take longer because we'd be missing. Okay, these guys have spawned right here, that's at least good. Get rid of that guy. See, once we're in range, we're fine with the tracking. Oh, the next guys are 45 kilometers away, so let's go. This is why nobody likes Burrows. The commander you get will only ever be a frigate. They take forever to run. Everything's really far apart and they don't give escalations. I really wish that these sites would give out 1 or 2 out of 10 escalations. That would be lovely. Give people a reason to run them. That's why there's so many in this site, because no one runs them. Well, that's what Burrows look like. I'm going to go and run the other 4 and all the pain that that entails, and if anything good happens, I will show you. Right, quick update. I've done about half of Aja. I got bored doing Burrows and drone sites. Never found any more commanders, but we did manage to get enough peace to run one more Sansha site, which has given us this escalation, which is only 4 jumps away. So I'm going to go and do that.
Accept.
I gave up on doing the rest of the Aja constellation because there were 2 people in Tech 3 destroyers running all the good sites, and they run these sites very quickly. And I'm kind of running out of playtime for today, so I've decided just to call a halt on Aja and go and do this Sansha's Command Relay outpost. So I'll bring you back when we're ready to loot that thing. Well, alright, here we are inside the 3 out of 10 escalation, the only one we got today. So let's take out the one remaining bad guy, who is of course the commander, and we'll see what loot we get from the site, and then that will do us for day 8. I did 1 tour of Aja. We didn't actually get this escalation on the first tour. I got this on the second tour because we did the first tour of Aja pretty quickly. We didn't earn anything, so I decided to go back and do all the drone sites and Burrows. And as soon as I got this escalation, I got bored of doing Burrows and drone sites that weren't providing any commanders, and I came here. And that's the way exploration goes. It's feast or famine. Sometimes RNG says yes, and other times RNG says no. Let's find out what RNG says to the contents of this wreck. And during this, we have been flagged with another Air Career Award, which is another 50 career points because we got 5 million Erskine bounties, so we'll just claim all that. Hey, look, Enforcer. We have 750 points in Enforcer. So that means we get this huge big bundle as well. Awesome. That's going to be 100,000 skill points. Was not expecting that to happen today, but it has, so we'll be redeeming all this. There it is, 100,000 skill points. Ooh, what a good end to the day. And you've got an even better end to the day. Look at this, 76.4 million ISK. Mainly from this Centi A-type small armour repairer. Gonna like that. Right, I suppose I'll see you back at home and we'll decide what we're going to do with these skills. What a great result. Right, made it back home safe and sound. Let's redeem all the stuff we've been given today. All the money. There's a Punisher. We've been given another frigate. We'll probably sell that. Definitely will sell that. I've got some other garbage as well. Like, that don't need... might keep that scan acquisition array. Might keep that warp speed rig. We might put it on a scanning frigate if we get one. I should go and sell all this stuff. But before I do that, let's get our 100,000 unallocated skill points allocated, shall we? Acceleration control we left half done, so let's apply some points. Let's go. There we go.
Skill training completed.
Astrometric acquisition, I would quite like to do that. Speeds up our scanning. It's only going to take 5,000. That's that done.
Skill training completed.
High speed manoeuvring. Reduction in micro warp drive capacitor. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Do 1 level of that. That's that done.
Skill training completed.
Evasive manoeuvring, just because it makes us more agile, which means we turn quicker. Just do 1 level of that. There we go.
Skill training completed.
Astrometric range finding, might as well do that. That makes us, again, faster at scanning. In particular, that increases our scan probe strength, so that's very, very important. So that's that done.
Skill training completed.
Just doing like all the shorter skills just to get them done. Drones 4 would be absolutely fantastic, so let's do that. We'll right click that, apply skill points. Only 37,000, jolly good.
Skill training completed.
Light drone operation, I think we should do that as well. Let's pause the skill queue. Apply the points to that. Only need 25,000 for that, that's good.
Skill training
What else can we do? Repair systems 3? Why not? Let's do repair systems 3 in armor. Repair systems 3, right click, apply points. Alright, cool.
Skill training complete.
Maybe energy grid upgrades 3 as well. Why not? Energy grid upgrades, apply skill points. Alright, cool. That has saved us about 10 days worth of training. That's what we like to see. What an excellent day. One very successful shopping trip later, I'm back with lots of goodies, so let's plug in the rig which we wanted on our Rupture, so that is now fantastic. So that has increased our tracking speed by another 15%, which is wonderful, makes us much more accurate. That's everything we wanted. We do have drones level 4 now, so we can now use 4 of the 5 drones which are in our cargo hold, and that gives us a grand total of 220 DPS, which has gone up by 1 DPS since last time, but that's because we had an expert system that was giving us drones level 4, and now we actually have it ourselves. Our fall off will have been extended by 1 more kilometre to 14. Not great, not terrible. Again, the DPS in the artillery fit has gone up by 1 DPS because we had 1 extra level of light drone operation, but you know, every little helps. And let's load in the tracking speed script, shall we? Then the fall off is probably going to be something like 31. Yep, that has not changed at all. I am going to make a change to the Thrasher though. I'm not very happy with how quick it's moving, because even when this is on it's only 577, so I'm going to take that off. I'm going to replace it with a quad lift restrained micro warp drive. Now when we simulate, we see it moves at 1448 meters a second when we squirt that. And the tank lasts for 9 minutes and 51 seconds. And we ain't never going to be in a sight for more than 9 minutes. So the Thrasher has been upgraded. It's actually doing a little bit more DPS. Fall off is the same. And we now have to fit our new Rifter. And this is our little Rifter fit. It's only a little baby. He's only going to be used for 1 out of 10s. Not that I found any 1 out of 10, but you know, we might find a 1 out of 10. And if we do, we now have a ship to run it with. So yeah, day 8 has been another excellent day. ISK-wise, we're on 60.5 million ISK. We only got about 60 odd million for that expensive module, not the full 70. I was not going to do 45 jumps all the way to the biggest trade station in the game, Vegeta. 47 jumps. I was not going to do that just to get an extra 10 mil. No way, Jose. So that is day 8. An excellent day. Come back for you in about 3 seconds time and it will be day 9. Welcome back to day 9 of our 30-day Let's Play. I told you it'd only be a few seconds for you guys. For me it's been overnight and this is the second Sunday. Let's have a look at what we got login wise. A crappy booster and a destroyer skill book. Well, that was a waste of time. Yeah, let me open that. We already have Minmatar destroyer book. We know that because we bought it, because we're sitting in a destroyer and we've had cruisers. Right, so that was useless. What are today's 2 daily goals? Mine 2,000 units of ore, scan 5 signatures, shield boost other capsuleers, and destroy 25 non-capsuleers. I think I might do the mine 2,000 units of ore and then try and get some level 1 missions to do the 25 capsuleers. Off camera, I have indeed purchased an EMPM blueprint and I've done a little bit of research on it. Let's just deliver that. I did that overnight. And why did I do this? A, because it's nice to be able to build your own ammo, and B, if you look in the Air Career program, we were taken by surprise yesterday and we got the 750 career points in Enforcer, and that gave us 100,000 skill points. And it looks like we're getting fairly close to 750 in Industrialist. 15 more will put us on 600, so it's another 150 over that, so we only need 165 more to get that. And it also looks like we're closing in on the 3,000 we need for another 100,000 skill points here. So I think today I'm going to spend the day getting Industrialist done. If we have a look at research, buy a blueprint, we had that before. Make one blueprint copy, I did that yesterday just before the end of the day. It took 5 minutes to make one blueprint copy of one run. Research a blueprint to 1% material efficiency, that took 3.5 minutes. And research a blueprint to 2% time efficiency, that also took 3.5 minutes, and that gave us quite a lot of career points. So as I said, today we're going to be doing a lot of other career point stuff. Now under resource harvesting, I do want to go and find 14,000 units of plagioclase. And if we have a look at plagioclase in the market, plagio, see that plagioclase weighs 0.35 cubic meters each, and I think we need 14,000 of it. So let's find a calculator. 14,000 multiplied by 0.35 is 4,900 cubic meters. So indeed, we just need to take our venture somewhere where there's plagioclase and fill it up. It'll take about 20 minutes, and we'll get the career points for this, which is 25 career points. And then we'll refine that because we will get another 15 career points and a crate and some money for doing that. So that's 40 more career points there. Manufacturing, I may purchase a frigate blueprint copy, a destroyer blueprint copy, and a cruiser blueprint copy, because that's worth 50 career points, 15 and 25, so that's quite a lot. Distribution agents, I am going to get the wreath, and I'm going to find some level 1 distribution agents, and we are going to spam 20 level 1 and distribution agent missions. That should not take very long. Let's see how many career points we'll get for that. 30 for that, 25, so that's 55, another 20, that's 75, another 15, that's 90, and another 10. So we will get 100 career points for doing some distribution. I really don't want to do mining missions, but I might have to. So yeah, we're not going to be doing too much combat today, and there's not going to be too much for you guys to actually watch, because watching me do courier missions is extremely boring. Right, so first things first, we should get the venture and find where plagioclase is. Now, the problem we have is that plagioclase doesn't spawn in Amar space, and it doesn't spawn in Kaldari space. It only spawns in Minmatar and Galenti space, so I'm going to have to go quite a few jumps back to where we came from, like 15-20 jumps back into Matar space, find some plagioclase, and I'll mine that up, and when that's been done, I'll come back and show you. There is of course an easy way to find the exact asteroid you want. If you go to Agency Resource Harvesting, Asteroid Belts, you can filter it for what you want. So I just filtered it for plagioclase, and that showed me that Odatrick was the closest place to where we were. It was 21 jumps away. It's significantly closer than that now because I have been on the move for quite some time, but that is how you can find any specific ore you want. So that's a nice little tip. I have made it all the way back from Minmatar space with a complete venture cargo hold full of plagioclase. So let's do that and let's reprocess it. A, to get the minerals, and B, because we want to get the air career points. And indeed we have. We have mined 14,000 units of plagioclase, we reprocessed 14,000, and on the way I also did a bit of scanning because I realised we still had this waiting for us as well. We were on about 45 cosmic signatures, so as I flew back I just put out the probes in each system and scanned one thing, and that's another 50 career points. So let's claim all these. Ooh, that's pretty good. We only need another 900 to get another 100,000 skill points. I'm now going to do 20 level 1 and distribution missions. Now the good thing about distribution missions is that distribution agents are often found in the same station as each other, and this particular wreath is more than big enough to carry multiple missions worth of goods inside it, so we can run multiple missions at the same time. So we'll go to Agency, Agents and Missions, Agent Finder, and we'll search for distribution agents. Looks like there's a couple in this current system, so let's see how many there are within 5 jumps. How about within 2 jumps? Pinebika, what we're looking for is quite a lot of level 1s. Let's just go to highest available, shall we? Yeah, there we are, that's better. Okay, it looks like 1 jump away there's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 level 1 distribution agents. Looks like they all belong to the Amar Trade Registry. So that makes me think they might all be in exactly the same station. That would be quite good. This one is in Rimuru 6 Moon 1. Rimuru 5 Moon 6, that's annoying. Rimuru 5 Moon 7, that's annoying. Rimuru 4 Moon 1, that's annoying. And Rimuru 6 Moon 1. Okay, looks like we're going to Rimuru 6 Moon 1, where there are 2 agents. Looks like there's another one here, like Rimuru 5 Moon 7. Well, that's okay, I'll just go and pick up... How many agents is that? 6. I'll go and pick up 6 missions, do them, and then I'll do that 3 in a little bit times, and that will be our 20 distribution missions. Distribution missions are very simple. You simply move one thing from one place and you put it somewhere else, and that's it. That is what distribution missions are for. They're very quick, they're very easy. There we are, 2 missions, 310 cubic meters of cargo. Easy.
Warp drive.
Looks like one of them wanted us to move it from one station in this system over to another. So that's pretty good. We like that. That's kind of to be expected in level 1 missions. The way that distribution missions work is that the higher levels take you further away and give you a much larger volume of stuff to move. But yeah, they're very, very simple. So I'll see you when I've done 20 of these things.
Permission requested.
Welcome back. These distribution missions have been very strange. It seems that at level 1, quite a lot of the distribution missions are multiple part missions, and some of these multiple part missions have quite a lot of combat in them, which is why I am in a Thrasher doing a distribution mission. This particular one is all about maintaining the slave trade, which is why we're killing an awful lot of Minmatar Republic faction ships, which is not good for our reputation standings with Minmatar, but it's only the highest value ship every 20 minutes that we get hit for, so I'm completing the missions fast enough. We're only taking a few hits. But yeah, a lot of these distribution missions have had a lot of combat, so the Wreath never really got a chance to undock. It's mostly been Thrasher. I mean, Thrasher does have a respectable cargo bay of 400 cubic meters anyway. That's more than enough for level 1 distributions.
Warp drive.
If we have a look at the Air Career program, we see I have indeed done 18 out of 20 distribution missions. The one I am doing right now is the final part of a 5-part chain, which is this one. To catch a spy, 5 out of 5. Destroy all the Minmatar. And when I've completed this mission, I also have another storyline mission waiting for me. If we have a look in agent missions, we have materials for war. Because this guy says he's a distribution agent, even though he's really a storyline agent, I think I'm going to do this one next. He just wants 1,000 Veldspar, so I'll go and mine that up and deliver that to him. And hopefully, if it does count him as a distribution division agent, then that will be the 20th and final distribution that I need. So that'll be nice. I'm a little bit too close to these guys. We'll just pull range on them. Yeah, these distribution agents have been very, very strange. I was not expecting like a good 70 to 80% of them to be like level 1 combat missions, but here we are. They're rather annoying amount of cruisers and destroyers and things like that as well. Like, all of these ships are dropping loot, as we see from the white square, but all they're dropping are little tags, and they're only worth about 4,000 or 5,000 each. That's why I'm not bothering to pick them up. So these 20 missions have taken far longer than I was expecting, because I've been embroiled in doing combat instead of just delivering stuff from station to station, which is what I was hoping it was going to be. At level 2 and level 3, you certainly don't have all these combat missions. You're literally just moving stuff around. But because I've killed so many things, we have actually done 3 of our 4 daily goals. We have destroyed 25 non-capsuleers, so we've got our 10,000 skill points for the day. Okay, on to room 3. I'm just going to inject the skills into energy grid upgrades. There we go. That's that done.
Skill training complete.
And then I'll apply it to whatever's left in the queue. There we go. Look at how many enemies are here. It's ridiculous. This is supposed to be a level 1 distribution mission. This entire To Catch a Spy 5-part chain has been absolutely insane. It's had tons and tons of enemies. It's very, very strange indeed. And they're using E-War against us. and you saw it was that red laser pointer, and that is exactly what it was. It was a target painter, which makes us take more damage from all sources. Not that that is a huge issue. Should really turn my armor repairer on. Yeah, most of these Republic ships are very, very squishy. They're just dying. The cruisers take a little while, but not too much. Right, now it's just us and the two cruisers. We have the Amar double agent. He has teleported himself on board for some reason. Let's just have a look in his wreck. And just one more cruiser to go, and that'll be it. Right, let's do this distribution storyline and see if we get credited with the 20th and final distribution agent mission. This will be quite interesting. So he wants 1,000 Velspar, there's 4,000 there. He's going to give us another implant, so let's accept and complete. Done in about 5 seconds, and Air Career Program just flashed. That did count it as the 20th distribution. That's interesting. Right, let's take all them. Oh man, we're so close to getting all of Industrialist. We're on 725 out of 750. And we're very close to getting the overall career points. We just need another 800, looks like. Sorry, we just need another 50 career points to get 100,000 skill points. That's awesome. And it looks like we're going to get that very soon. So let's take our ill-gotten goods and get back home. I believe we have this already plugged in. Perception +1. If you go to character, augmentations, perception +1. Good, that means we can sell that one. Pretty good, we've got lots of stuff to redeem. I do believe one of the things we're going to redeem is a cruiser blueprint.
Warp drive active.
And that's interesting because if we look in the Air Career Program industry and manufacturing, one of the ones we have to do is manufacture a cruiser. That'll give us 50 career points and that'll give us way more than we need. Interesting, so let's do that. Right, made it home safe and sound, got all the stuff to redeem, so let's redeem it. Looks like 2 or 3 crates. Let's open that, and open that, then open this, and we've got something else. I'm not quite sure where that came from, but we got one. We've got a scanning frigate that we can't use. What I'm going to do then is I'm just going to reprocess this frigate into some minerals that we can use to build something else. We have a rupture blueprint. Let's have a look. What do we need? Titanium pyrite mexilon in large amounts of each. Haven't got anywhere near enough. What we can do, we can just buy all the things for this and then build it. It'll take 2.5 hours to build, but it will at least give us all the career points we need. However, let's think about this a little bit cleverly, shall we? How close are we to actually getting 3,000? We're on 2,200 out of 3,000, and we need another 800 total career points. Can we get that easily? There's 15 for building a frigate. There's 25 there, that's 40. That'll be another 90. Mining agent, we can do 20 mining missions. That will take forever. That's 10, 25, 45, 70. It's another 100 there, so possible. And salvaging all these wrecks. Making wrecks is easy. You just do level 1 missions and kill things and then go back and salvage the wrecks with salvagers. 10 career points there, 25 there, 50. So another 75. Soldier of Fortune is the most difficult one to get. It's mostly PvP. You get points for losing ships in combat and killing people and playing in faction warfare and providing logistic support to other people. I mean, that's pretty difficult to get. Explorer, we've done all the easy ones. Advanced navigation means going to low-sec and null-sec. Gas sites again is low-sec, null-sec. Advanced hacking, low-sec, null-sec. Hacking we can do in high-sec, but finding 25 containers to hack will take quite some time. So I don't think we're going to get the full 3,000, so there's not much point in going for that. So that means all we need is whatever is the easiest way of getting 25 more career points. And I believe frigate's 15, destroyer is 25. So if we build a destroyer, that will give us the 25 we need. That will be cheaper than buying all the resources for a cruiser, I do believe. Or of course we can just get them by salvaging. There's 25 career points here, so salvage some wrecks. Salvage 25 wrecks will give us 35 career points. Is the reward better than the destroyer? Yeah, the destroyer just gives us credits. So I think what we're gonna do is just buy some salvagers and tractor beams and go and do some level 1 missions. And then we'll get the 100,000 skill points from completing the industrialist career, or getting 750 of the 1,000 total, and that'll push us up here to the next threshold, which is another 100,000 skill points. So if I can salvage 25 wrecks, we'll get 200,000 skill points for that. That would be a very good day's work. So let's speak to our security agent, shall we? And I shall go and make some wrecks. And welcome back once again. I am again in the Thrasher, but fitted, as you can see, with 3 small tractor beams and 5 salvagers. Had to turn off the tracking computer and the gyro stabilizer and the armor rep, but I've run 2 or 3 level 1 missions and created quite a lot of wrecks with my guns. I refitted the ship with the salvaging equipment on it, and here we are about to get the very last few wrecks which we needed. Because if we look in the air career program, I have 20 out of 25 wrecks, and when we get to 25 wrecks, that will give us enough career points, A, to get 750 in the industrialist career, which will give us 100,000 skill points, and B, to push us over the 2,250 career point total for another 100,000 skill points. Now, me being me, I took the time whilst I was running these missions to write out another notepad note with all the possible air points. We could get another 100 air points from doing the epic arc in the enforcer career. That would give us 100. I could run 20 mining missions, that's another 100. I could build a frigate, a destroyer and a cruiser, that's another 90. And take the salvaging all the way up to 50 wrecks instead of 25, that'd be another 85 career points. Exploration wise, I could hack 25 cans, that'll give us another 120 career points, and submit 50 samples in the project discovery, that would be another 130. Added together, this would make 625, and that is not enough because we would need another 800 to go from where we are now to 3,000 all the way up there, so we will not be getting the 3,000, which would be another 125 career points. And for the Explorer, we do need 315 more to get the 100,000 skill points from getting 750 points in Explorer, and we're only getting 250 easily. The rest of them would mean venturing off into low-sec and null-sec and trying to find some hacking sites and doing advanced exploration and gas sites and things like that. So I think after we have salvaged these wrecks that are right in front of us here, I think that's going to be us calling a halt to our air career program progress. We'll still be earning points, but we will not be hitting any thresholds. All we'll be getting is the little rewards on the left hand side. So that means we're going to have to plan our next skill points allocation quite carefully. So I'll finish up doing what I'm doing here, and when we get home we'll talk about what we're going to do with all these skill points. Right, salvaging done, we are back home, let's get our career points. Bam! And that now gives us the graduation reward, so let's claim that as well. And it seems we're 15 career points short of getting another 100,000 skill points. So that shouldn't be too difficult to do. 15 career points is going to be easy. Manufacture a frigate, so let's buy a frigate blueprint copy. If we go to Neocom menu, finance, contracts, contract search, we'll just have a look for a rifter. We'll just build another rifter. There's a copy. Filter by price, well there's one. It's only 126,000, we'll just buy that. So you double click on the contract to open it, we'll just accept it. There we are. Okay, we're going to have to actually go to Amar to pick it up. Little bit annoying, but that's how contracts work. You can only accept them when you're in the same region as the contract.
Warp drive active.
We're just hoping no one else buys it by the time we get to Amar in 2 jumps time.
Warp drive active.
Okay, here we are. We're actually in domain now, so now we can accept it. And there we are. We have now bought that contract. Contracts are all player made. So we just bought that blueprint from a player. I have been melting down all the garbage loot I've been finding just to stockpile some amount of minerals. I mean, it's not going to be enough to build a ship, which is why I brought the wreath. Whilst we're picking up this contract, what we're going to do is buy all the minerals to build it as well.
Warp drive active.
So our money is actually going to be less at the end of today than it was at the start of the day, but then that's how it goes. I don't mind spending a few million to get 200,000 skill points. I think that's a very worthwhile trade myself. There's all the stuff we just got. There's our 100,000 skill points and some skins and money and other things.
Docking request accepted.
And it looks like this station does indeed have an industrial plant, so we can build it right here. That's good. That's going to save some time. We'll just right click, use a blueprint, click the little factory icon because we want to build it, and then we can right click here, buy missing materials. Anything missing is in orange, anything you have is in blue. So we'll just buy all that. It's only going to cost us 500,000, so we'll just buy them all. Thank you. And they will all go blue, and then we click start. It will take 1 hour 22 minutes. So I'm going to go home and wait 1 hour 22 minutes. Or we can find something else that will take less than 1 hour 22 minutes. If we look at mining agents, if you complete one mining agent mission, we'll get 10 career points, which is annoying because we only need 15. So it looks like I will have to complete 5 missions. Will that take less time or more time than it takes to build a frigate? Don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Right, here we are in our venture because we're about to do a mining mission. We found a mining agent a couple of jumps away. He wants us to dig out 1,800 units of mercium. All the mission ores are special. They're all different names. They cannot be used for anything. Right click and show info on it. It has no industry tab, so it cannot be refined or used to build anything. Its only reason for existing is for these missions. Now it's only 1,080 cubic meters. I do like this is a relatively recent addition. It does actually tell you the volume of it. It's in this system, so let's accept. We'll go and do that and see how long it takes us to do this. Some basic math will tell us that. So it's 1,080 cubic meters, and each of our weapons is doing 127 per 60 seconds. So if we open the calculator, find in utilities, 1,080 divided by 127, then divide it by 2 because there's 2 lasers, 4 cycles, times 60 seconds. So it should only take us 4 minutes to complete this mission. 4 or 5 minutes, we think. The good thing is that I have fitted scoped mining lasers on this thing, so the range is 16 kilometers. Mining laser range does not matter whether you're at 0 or at 16 kilometers. They function exactly the same way. So I'll just sit here and fill up, and we'll see whether or not we complete 5 of these missions before this rifter is finished. Yeah, this is it for mining missions. You just sit here and mine. Now, two things to note. Mining residue. This residue probability is a chance for a little bit of the ore remaining in the asteroid to break off and be lost to space. You always get your yield in your cargo, but residue breaks off ore and loses it in space. Luckily, mission ore is immune to all this residue stuff. But if you use mining drones can still lose ore. If your ship is full when a mining drone is returning with a load of ore, the mining drone simply deletes whatever it's carrying because it realises there's nowhere for it to put it. That actually breaks mining missions, because mining missions only give you exactly the right amount of ore that you need. So between these two rocks will be exactly 1,800 units of mercium, and no more and no less. So if you use mining drones and your mining drone deletes a cargo hold full of ore, you cannot then complete the mission because the mining drone has lost the ore you needed. So do not use mining drones. You can use residue causing lasers if you want. As I said, all the mission ore was made immune to residue. It took them a few weeks to do that because the developers didn't think it through. They created this whole new residue mechanic and then didn't realise that mining missions would be broken by it. But anyway, that's all been fixed, so I'm just gonna chill out and do quite a lot of these missions, and we'll see how long it takes me to do 5 of them. And the answer to the question, what is faster, building 1 frigate or running 5 mining missions? The answer is 5 mining missions. Here we are, we have done them, so let's claim all of our career points. That puts us over the threshold for another 100,000 skill points, so we'll take that. And if we look in industry, under jobs, our frigate is still running, it has half an hour to go. So running 5 level 1 mining missions is much faster than building 1 frigate, apparently. So let's redeem all of this stuff, our 2 100,000 skill points and lots of other stuff. There we are, done. Okay, now we're going to have a chat about what we're going to do with these 200,000 skill points. These are the last ones we're going to get from the Air Career Program. As I said when I worked it all out, we do not have enough ability to get 750 in Explorer. Soldier of Fortunes, all PvP, and we're not going to get 750 in that either. And we still need to get about 800 or 900 to get the 3,000 threshold for another 125,000 skill points. So we'll not be getting 125 from that, we will not be getting 100,000 from this, and we will not be getting 100,000 from that. We will of course be getting 10,000 a day from the daily goals, but other than that, we're not going to be getting any huge injections of skill points. So let's think about what we really want. I've kind of put all the gunnery stuff at the top, because that's kind of the stuff we want. We want our anomaly hunting ships to be better at what they do. So let's do rapid firing 4 and get 4% faster rate of fire. Apply some skill points to that. That's going to be 74,000 of our skill points gone. That's a big investment, but you know what, I'm going to do it.
Training.
Let's do advanced weapon upgrades 3, because that lowers the amount of power grid our weapons need by 2%. So let's do that. That's 39,000 gone.
Skill training complete.
Now we only have 85,000 to play with, which isn't very many. Do we have any skills which are fairly short that would be really, really useful? Not really. So let's just put them all into motion prediction 4. Let's just apply them all. Well, alright, we just have enough to do it. That's great. It's going to take 6 hours for target management 4 to get done. Why not just apply the skill points to what's left in the queue? Let's do that. That'll finish target management 4, which will let us target one more target and get a start on sharpshooter 4. Done. So that is us done for another week. We didn't do very much today. We got lots of rewards for the little we did. All we did, we farmed some plagio clays, then I ran distribution and mining missions, and then some level 1 missions and salvaged some stuff. That took all day. I've been going for like 5 hours, and it took 5 hours to do that. But we did get 200,000 skill points for all that effort. So that's worth it, I think. Let's see what difference these skill points made to our fits. We have to remember we can only use 4 drones, so knock one of them off. It seems that our autocannon fit ship has indeed gone up by 9 DPS thanks to the skills we've been doing. Fall off's the same. So pretty much all these skills have done is boost the DPS of everything up a little bit, but it has increased the tracking, and that will apply into DPS. So we've done energy grid upgrades 3, target management 3 and 4. That's good. That means we can get an extra 2 targets. Rapid firing for more DPS. Advanced weapon upgrades to lower the power grid requirement of our weapons. Motion predictions, which is tracking. And sharpshooter, which was optimal range. Not a bad day's work. Risk-wise, we've lost money, but we knew we'd done that. We've gone down to 50.9 million, so we spent, what, a couple of 100,000 today and exchanged that for 200,000 skill points. Not bad. So come back and see how we get on. On the 3rd week, we'll have to figure out what we're going to do. We'll probably just run a JAT again, at least on this Saturday. What we do on this Sunday, don't know. We'll make plans for that, because as we know, we're not going to be planning to do any more of this stuff anymore. We're done with that. We're not going to hit these things, so there's no point trying. I hope you try and come back and see how we get on. And until then, do look after yourself, and I'll talk to you again in 1 week's time.